So when I was 10 years old, it would have been 2014, I saw curling on TV for the first time. It would have been the Olympics. I wanted to try it, went to the Royal Kingston Curling Club, threw some rocks, and I kept going from there. Or after grade 11, really, I was like, man, like I could really go with this. You know, I'd only really ever played lead up until grade 11, and that was fine. I hadn't played anything else, so one year I thought, okay, I'm going to skip a team, and I went for it. And then that summer, I was really starting to look at Laurier. I was really interested in the program, and I wanted to keep developing. I wanted to figure out how can I keep getting better, and how can I try and find a pathway to get to a high level in this sport.
I got into curling when I was around 6 or 7. It was popular on my dad's side of the family, so he decided one day he was going to take me out to the Artichuk Curling Club and just to try it out, see what's going on there. From that moment, really just never looked back, fell in love with it on day one. Started in their Little Rocks program there, moved into their junior program. I was actually at a curling camp, and they were doing a presentation on like post-secondary options for curling. And I can't remember who it was, but someone was giving a speech about Laurier, and I was like, wow, that sounds really cool. That sounds like they're really good. So I was like, yeah, that's it. I've decided that's where I want to go to university to try and get better at curling. The support that us student athletes get at Laurier is just unmatched. It's absolutely incredible. We have great funding for our curling program, the athletics department. They're always willing to help us out wherever we need. So with all that support, it makes becoming a national champion just so much easier. They're always like posting us, they're always supporting us, coming out and watching our stuff. So it's incredible.
Yeah, I got into curling when I was very young. It was a blast. I would just go every Sunday with my brother and my dad to the junior program there, and my grandparents would come because they lived down the street. It was a whole family experience every weekend, just something I did for fun. And then through high school, there was a high school curling team. It was never really competitive, but when I was choosing a school, I ended up looking just purely off academics. This curling thing that I've always been doing is pretty fun, so I reached out to Kibo, and he put me into contact with Matt, the coach. And from there, practiced every day under Sam Moybrook. It's a pretty good influence in the program, and it's hard not to get better when you're in such a good environment with competitive curlers every day for multiple years.
Going undefeated through a national championship and being able to actually pull it off and win it is just an absolute dream come true. Truly, you can't wish for a better result, especially closing it out with such a dramatic shot on my last. Was really nervous throwing that. I normally don't get nervous, but I was super nervous. But just the group of girls that we had were so fantastic. Lots of hard teamwork all week, great dynamics. Coaching staff as well. Matt and John, our coaches, just did an absolutely amazing job.
Going into the final, could tell with a new team, Kibo and I had both been in a final before. Multiple OUA finals. We'd won a U Sports before, and we had lost the semi the year before that. So we'd been in these higher pressure situations within the U Sport, and having two new junior players new to the team, Kibo and I really felt like our experience was what we had to bring out and share in that final day in Lethbridge. And drawing on our experience, we knew that the two older guys on the team, we kind of had to remain calm and act as leaders and really help the younger guys remain calm in those situations and honestly draw the best out of all of us.
My time at Laurier was really fundamental in my curling career. I think that gap between juniors and women's, it's such a big jump, and having that experience at university and being able to grow as a team going into women's was just so fundamental in my growth as an athlete. At Laurier, playing both softball and curling was really challenging at times. And I really just had to prioritize my time as a student athlete and really focus on blocking my time for school, for sports, and what training would look like there. But it really just set the stage and the foundation for me as both an athlete and a person to persevere through challenging times. The Laurier curling program is so unique. It was one of the first programs in the country to actually offer athletic scholarships, and so it attracted a lot of amazing talent. And just as a group of women, we all just kind of came together from all different teams and really supported each other and helped each other grow, both as a team at Laurier, but also for our teams outside of Laurier, which I thought was really cool to, support your competitors, but also come together as a team at the school. thinking back to my time as a student athlete and, maybe what advice I might need then that I didn't have or maybe didn't see, it's just like enjoy the moment that you're in. It might feel hard and overwhelming at times, but it is such a cool experience to be able to meet all the different people that you meet through sport and also get an education and a degree. So just take it all in, enjoy it. When it does get hard, because it will, that's okay. Just keep pushing through and seek the support that you need.
Our program, it's not just about winning. Like, don't get me wrong, we love the banners, we love the medals, we love the trophies, and winning is a big part of what we try to do at Laurier. But it's about creating culture within the sport and growing people as individuals at the same point. And that's not just going to be at the competitive level. That's going to be within the club Tuesday night league, within you going into a fun spiel on a weekend. And we try to tail both sides of that in the program, and I think that's probably one of the most important aspects of what we try to do. You don't have to be the best of the best when you get here. Right? And we have individuals that come in that have won juniors, have been at high level play in U18s, and they're great to the program. But we also have individuals that come that played some high school curling, played competitively outside but didn't have a lot of success, and maybe just hadn't found that full team or it just hadn't worked. And I think that's so important, and it's something that we strive and talk about every year at tryouts. Is we're not looking just at what your successes are outside of the program, we're looking at who you are and how you fit into the team. The program wouldn't be success not only with the support that we have at the school, but the support that we have in the athletes and the rest of the coaching staff. And I'd be remiss if I didn't thank John, Oliver, Terry for what they've done in the last couple of years. But specifically John Gable, he is the force behind our program. He's been around this program both as an athlete and as a coach for the last 12 years, and this program wouldn't be where it is today without John being behind that aspect.
It's really cool to be a role model for the next wave of young curlers, because especially as a person of color, I didn't really have somebody who's like the age I am now to look up to when I was younger, and so I've enjoyed even getting to do a bit of coaching, whether it's through different curling camps where I've been a camper and then a coach, even when I was still in Kingston, coaching at the junior program, coaching Learn to Curls, trying to basically share the excitement and the joy that I have for the game and the passion with younger people, older people, people starting, and that I would say is the biggest thing that I want to take for myself and show others is the love that I have for this sport, and try to get everybody a piece of that.